Hello, Cherie Hanson here. I've been running around here and thither and yon today, getting ready to go to Victoria and take the taxi at 3 in the morning tomorrow. And I'm remarking on how similar all of my days have been for the last 3 years. The last time I traveled out or had a plane trip was 2019. And there is something very soothing and very secure about every day being the same day. You know what I mean? Except for being interrupted by a surgery now and then. It's just that this is the road I turn on to get me home. This is where I go shop. This is where I walk. And I'm really watching the kind of base level anxiety that's coming up. It's been so long since I got a plane ticket. Even checking in for my flight is something that's a dim memory. I used to be able to do this. What's going on? And today I just was watching myself and seeing how the growth of stepping into a new pattern and leaving town and changing what I do in a day and all the rest of it can really challenge me when I've been in lockdown for so long and I've been alone for so long. I phoned a couple of friends that used to live down the street from me when I was a grad student at UBC in the 1970s. And I began the conversation with, "Hello, Gordon, I'm not dead." And he was just laughing because what you have to understand is that people who are at our stage of life, if you haven't heard from somebody for quite a long time, you can usually assume that they have crossed over. But he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're not dead." And I felt good. It felt good. So I went through all the things that were on my list that I needed to get done in order to soothe myself and make myself feel secure. And some of it's kind of silly. I went out and got a new backpack because my other backpack was old. But then when I brought the new one home, I noticed that the other backpack, the old backpack, actually had more room for me to stuff things into. So I was thinking through the whole process of how new is better and how I bought into that. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? Once you don't die the 25 times your mind thinks you're going to die from anxiety in getting out of a routine, I'm probably going to travel more. And when I travel more, it's going to be with a smaller backpack. I want to be sleek. I want to be able to fit down the aisles without knocking over unsuspecting people that are behind me or trying to get out of their seats. And I think a lot now about growth, about what growth means to me, about what I'm becoming. And the nagging in my head of the things that I'm not doing is getting louder and louder. Why aren't I sending my writing in to places more? Why aren't I submitting the things I'm writing all the time? And why do I have to walk the same 5,000 steps at night? And last night I veered. Yes, I did. I veered from my normal path. because I am perfectly aware that this is a security, self-protective response, which keeps me a prisoner of my own habits. So, new things, I managed to get my boarding pass and print it, and I got a hold of my host, and they gave me 3 pages of instructions on how to get into the lockbox. And if I'd been a Victorian fine lady, I would have fainted. It was like, oh my God. And I go to them, no, print it out. You'll do it. It's okay. And I connected with people and set up times to spend time together. So the thing that I keep looking at when I step back is I'm very competent, but there's just a part of me that, I need another 30 years before I really believe that. That's why is she living to be 120? Well, because she had to prove to herself that she was competent. And the other thing that was happening was I got a new visa, but I didn't get a new PIN. And so I went to the bank to let the woman help me put a new PIN on my visa. And the woman before me was coughing effusively into her hand and then touching, the pad to put her number in. And I said to the woman, excuse me, I hope you don't mind. I took out the sterilizing liquid and flooded the whole surface of the keypad and then tried to wipe it down. And her eyes were just like, and I said, well, I just don't want anybody to get whatever the heck she had, because it was not nice. So I am officially in the place in my life where I can plant a flag and I can call myself eccentric. And that's okay, because I am old enough now, so nobody is going to put me in handcuffs for being confused or not knowing things or suddenly pulling out a bottle of liquid and squirting it all over the keypad. It's just kind of expected at the time, and it takes a big burden off my shoulders. I don't have to try and look like I am an executive or corporate whiz, a sleek Star Trek captain at the helm of a ship. It's just, I'm functioning very well, thank you. And I'm still alive. Still alive. See this? And there's the victory. So I will talk to you later when I get back from Victoria and my adventures. And I have so many friends that have gone to the most exotic places on the face of the earth, 5 planes, islands, climbing mountains. And for me, it's like just getting a ticket to Victoria was the same kind of growth, because it's pushing out my boundaries and my barriers. And as the friend was talking to me on the phone, he said, the good news is most of the planes from the mainland to Victoria don't crash. And I said, oh, that's very nice to hear. So we ended on that note. So sometimes our attempts to protect ourselves can actually stop growth. And you have to step into that place where you just don't know what the hell is going on anymore. If you want to, it's like going in for a Turkish massage, and the big, fat, muscular guy picks you up and just slams you around and flips you and is chopping at you and all the rest of it. And as I'm going through all this stuff, I go like, it's just like a Turkish massage. It'll be good for me when I get through these challenges that nobody else would think of as a challenge, but I do. So learning to let myself be in a place of new experiences and trusting that the most of the planes to Victoria get there without the people going down. Yay! So just checking in with you. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it.